Coronavirus is now a pandemic. Lakhs of people around the world are infected by it and thousands have already died. It is sparing no one. Even the UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson, infected by it, has been admitted to ICU. We will try to understand the facets of this virus. First, it's a SARS Cov-2. It belongs to a family of coronaviruses named for crown-like spikes on their surface. SARS Cov-2 can cause COVID-19. Coronavirus is a contagious viral infection that attacks primarily your throat and lung. What actually happens in your body when you contact the coronavirus? What exactly causes your body to develop pneumonia, and how would a vaccine work at all? The coronavirus must infect living cells in order to reproduce. Let's have a closer look. Inside the virus, genetic material contains the information to make more copies of itself. A protein shell provides a hard protective enclosure for the genetic material. As the virus travels between the people it infects, an outer envelope allows the virus to infect cells by merging with the cell's outer membrane. Projecting from envelopes are spikes of protein molecules. Both typical influenza virus and the new coronavirus use their spikes like a key to get inside a cell in your body, where it takes over the cell's internal machinery, repurposing it to build the component of the new viruses. When an infected person talks, coughs or sneezes, droplets carrying the virus may land in your mouth or nose and then move into your lungs. Once inside your body, the virus comes in contact with the cells in your throat, nose or lungs. One spike on the virus inserts into a receptor molecule on your healthy cell membrane like a key in lock. This action allows the virus to get inside your cell. A typical flu virus would travel inside a sac made from your cell membrane into your cell nucleus that houses all its genetic material. The coronavirus, on the other hand, doesn't need to enter the host cell nucleus. It can directly access the part of the host cells called ribosome. Ribosome use genetic information from the virus to make viral protein, such as the spikes on the virus's surface. A packaging structure in your cell then carries the spikes in vesicle, which merges with the cell's outer layers, the cell membrane. All the parts need to create a new virus gathered just beneath your cell's membrane. Then a new virus begins to bud off from the cell's membrane. Now, with virus spreading in your body, how can you develop pneumonia symptoms? For this, we will have to look into your lungs. Each lung has a separate sections called blobs. Normally, as you breathe in, air moves freely through your trachea or windpipe, then through large tubes called bronchi, and through small tubes called bronchioles, and finally into tiny sacs called alveoli. Your airways and alveoli are flexible and springy. When you breathe in, each air sac inflates like a small balloon. When you breathe out, the sac deflates. Small blood vessels called capillaries surround your alveoli. Oxygen from the air you breathe passes into your capillaries, and then carbon dioxide from your body passes out of your capillaries into your alveoli, so that lungs can get rid of it when you exhale. Your airways catch most germs in the mucus that line your trachea and bronchi. In a healthy body, hair like cilia lining the tubes constantly push the germs and mucus out of your airways, where you might expel them by coughing. Normally, cells of your immune system attack viruses and germs that make it pass through your mucus and cilia and enter alveoli. However, if your immune system is weakened, like in the case of coronavirus infection, the virus can overwhelm your immune cells. Your bronchi and alveoli become inflamed as your immune system attacks the multiplying virus. The inflammation can cause your alveoli to fill with fluid, making it difficult for your body to get the oxygen it needs. You could develop lobar pneumonia, where one lobe of your lung is infected, or may have bronchopneumonia that affects many parts of your lungs. Pneumonia may cause difficulty in breathing, chest pain, coughing, fever, chills, headache, confusion, muscle pain, and fatigue. It can also lead to more serious complications. Respiratory failure occurs when breathing becomes so difficult that you need a machine called ventilator. These are the machines which save life. Whether you would develop these symptoms depend on a lot of factors such as your age and whether you have existing conditions or not. While this all may sound scary, the push to develop vaccine is at a high speed. Studies have led to assume that the people who have recovered from SARS to COVID infection could be protected from reinfection for a period of time. But that assumption needs to be backed by empirical evidence, and some studies have suggested otherwise too. There are several different approaches for a potential vaccine against virus. The basic idea is that you would get a shot that contains faint idea of virus. The vaccine will expose your body to a version of the virus that is too weak to cause infection, but just strong enough to stimulate an immune response. Within a few weeks, cells in your immune system would make marker called antibodies, which would be specifically for only the coronavirus or specifically its spike protein. Antibodies then attach to the virus and prevent it from attaching to your cells. Your immune system then responds to signal from antibody by consuming and destroying the clumps of the viruses. If it then catches a real virus at a later stage, your body would recognize it and destroy it. In other words, your immune system is now primed. Collecting evidence on whether this would be possible and safe and effective is part of the factor which is taking researchers so long to develop a vaccine. It is a race against time to develop vaccine amid pandemic. Each step in vaccine development usually takes months, if not years, and Ebola vaccine broke the record by being ready in 5 years. Hope here is to develop coronavirus vaccine in 12 to 18 months. While this all will take time, stay home if you want to protect the most vulnerable, and don't forget to wash your hands for at least 20 seconds.